after talking about Gorilla AI yesterday, one of you beautiful people sent me this video by AI Uncovered, and this is the 7 stages of AI. So we're going to be looking at and of course discussing the evolution of AI into what is seeming to be now a self-evolving structure. We're probably going to go from machine learning, deep learning. We're going to talk about ChatGPT, I can only assume, as that was groundbreaking. But you and I are going to be watching this video for the first time together. So again, big shout out to not only the individual that sent me this video, but to AI Uncovered, who made this video about a month ago, and it hasn't been on my radar. So let's dive into this, shall we? Should be pretty good.
Did you know that there are 7 distinct stages of artificial intelligence? In a world where technology is becoming increasingly important, understanding where we are on the journey to AI can be invaluable. In this video, we will do our best to break down each stage with an easy-to-understand explanation. To begin, let's start with the first stage. Stage 1. Rule-based AI systems. Rule-based AI systems, also known as one-task systems, represent the earliest stage of artificial intelligence. These systems operate based on a predefined set of rules or an algorithm given to them by programmers. To understand this, imagine playing a game of chess against a computer. The computer knows all possible moves and outcomes based on its coded rules. It can decide the best move based on these rules, but it cannot learn or adapt beyond them. These systems are excellent for tasks with clear.
Which is funny because what we covered yesterday with Gorilla AI, it most definitely can learn and adapt in real time. So you can see the difference already. And stage 1 was not that long ago. It was not in our so distant past that we had just this. It was fully dedicated to human input and human programmed actions and steps. It could not learn, it could not grow, it could not self-evolve, and it certainly couldn't bring data points in real time like Gorilla AI, which we talked about yesterday. So that's intense. And remember, it's not that long ago that we were here.
Clear-cut rules, like diagnosing a mechanical problem or processing tax forms. They're reliable and consistent, but their intelligence is firmly limited. They lack the ability to learn or understand context. Their decisions are based solely on the rules provided, and they cannot handle scenarios that were not pre-programmed. Stage 2. Context awareness and retention systems. Moving a step beyond rule-based AI systems.
So if you see here, if you look at the middle column, the top and bottom there is where automated reasoning is coming in, and that was the advance. That, in my opinion, would be the advance from stage 1 to stage 2, is introducing reasoning. Now, we still don't have emotion or anything like that, but we're getting there. But this is when reasoning was introduced.
We arrive at context awareness and retention systems. This stage represents a significant evolution in artificial intelligence.
It does.
These AI systems are capable of understanding and retaining context, meaning they can remember previous interactions and use that knowledge to inform future responses.
Which is what GPT
A great
uses.
example of this is your smartphone assistant like Siri or Google Assistant. They not only process and execute commands, but they also learn from your past interactions. If you ask, who won?
And do you want to know what one of the biggest inserts of that is into our world, our everyday world? It's marketing. If you've ever sat around your phone and talked about something and then all of a sudden opened Facebook or Twitter, I guess X now, that is the system that is learning from your past interactions, and then marketing is taking over. So if you've ever done any Facebook marketing, the targeting you can do inside of Facebook business marketing is insane. You can target a 35-year-old woman that has been married within the last 6 months and is expecting a child who is also a homeowner in this specific income range. The targeting is insane, and this data system is the one that's powering all of that knowledge and learning from all of our past interactions. So that this is what they're talking about here.
Won the soccer game yesterday, and then ask, when is their next match? The system understands that to the soccer team from your previous question. This represents a leap from the rule-based AI systems, as these systems understand context, retain information, and can handle a much broader set of interactions. Another example is the famous ChatGPT,
Yep.
a system trained on millions of past
The
conversations. It can generate automatic
billions.
human-like responses to any conversation. This context awareness and retention ability allows these AI systems to provide a more personalized and sophisticated user experience.
If you've never played the game, and it's an online game, you can Google it. It's completely free, called Human or Not. You should go test it out and see if you can tell whether you are talking to an AI or another human. There's thousands, if not tens and hundreds of thousands of people playing this game, but there's also an integrated AI system, and it's going to randomly match you up against either an AI or another human, and your job throughout the conversation is to be able to determine whether you're talking to a human or a machine. So that's really interesting, and if you haven't played around with it, you definitely should.
They're like teenagers in the AI development stages. They're not quite independent thinkers yet, but they've learned to remember and use context in their interactions. Stage 3. Domain-specific mastery systems. Moving a step beyond context-aware AI, we come to domain-specific mastery systems. This stage represents the AI's ability to not only comprehend and retain information, but to become highly skilled within a particular domain or field. Domain-specific mastery AI can be found in a variety of specialized applications. These systems are not generalists, they're experts, fine-tuned to excel in a specific area. A perfect example of this is IBM's Watson, which was designed to excel at answering questions on the quiz show Jeopardy! Another instance is Google's DeepMind AlphaGo, which was trained specifically to master the complex board game Go, a task it accomplished to the point.
I'm going to say no human has ever defeated AlphaGo. It just does not seem possible. There is a wonderful, I believe it's like an hour and 45-minute documentary on the AlphaGo system, and it just goes through the AlphaGo system playing the game of Go against the world's top Go players, and it's not even close. It's not even close. The computer wins 10 times out of 10. If you haven't seen that documentary, you should definitely go check it out. It's not on my channel, but it's out there on YouTube.
Point of defeating world champions. These systems have a deeper understanding of their particular domain than any human could hope to achieve. They can analyze vast amounts of data, identify patterns, and make informed decisions or predictions, all at lightning speed. Domain-specific mastery systems represent the adult stage in AI's growth, demonstrating sophisticated abilities within their specialized fields. But as advanced as they are, they're still far from achieving the dream of true artificial general intelligence. Stage 4.
So before we go into stage 4, I just want to say stage 3, as we're kind of going through this evolution, stage 3 is where the concept was introduced that AI could self-evolve, and it accomplished this by learning off of its previous data stores. So in the context of AlphaGo, and we'll use that as it was mentioned, the computer knew the best moves. But it also had to know how to respond to a game that was evolving in real time, because it was playing against a human. So a human would make a move, and the computer, at lightning speed, the AlphaGo machine learning system, it would have to reevaluate and self-evolve to make the next correct or most optimized move for the current board state. And it would have to do that over and over again after every move. Really, if you think how our brain works, if someone makes a move, well, our brain is going to process that move, and then it's going to move on to processing how do we react to that, or in the case of chess, how are we going to react to the future moves. You're always thinking 2, 3, 4 steps ahead, so you're trying to kind of pre-train your brain on how the game is going to evolve or how the situation will evolve, and then how you're going to react to that. And that's what the computer is doing, but with all possible scenarios at all times and evolving in real time. So stage 3 is really where we got that learning from the previous data that it's given, and then executing real-time evolution. So that would be step 3.
Thinking and reasoning AI systems. As we cross the threshold into stage 4, we start to see AI systems that begin to mimic the human capacity for thinking and reasoning. Unlike the previous stages, these AI systems don't just follow rules or retain context. They attempt to simulate the human thought process.
They simulate it, but without emotion. Stage 4, we do not have emotion yet, so keep that in mind. We have reasoning, self-evolution, and context.
Thinking and reasoning AI systems can understand complex concepts, solve unfamiliar problems, and even generate creative ideas. This is made possible by techniques like machine learning and deep learning, which allow the AI to learn from experience and improve its performance over time. For instance, such an AI system could read a book, understand the plot, and even infer the motives of characters based on their actions. Or it could analyze economic data, anticipate market trends, and suggest investment strategies. At this stage, AI starts to resemble human intelligence in a
That's funny. We actually did this, maybe it was 6 to 8 months ago now, but using machine learning to create a trading bot. That was a fun experiment. Sorry, I'll stop pausing it, but I had to throw that in there. If you haven't seen that one yet, that's a funny video.
more profound way. But it's still not equivalent to a human mind. It's more like a highly advanced tool, specialized in reasoning and thinking tasks. And as fascinating as these AI systems are, we're still only at the halfway point. The upcoming stages venture into the realm of science fiction,
And they go
with
fast.
AI matching
They
and
go
even
really
surpassing
fast.
human intelligence. Stage 5, the birth of a new mind, artificial general intelligence, AGI. As we step into the realm of artificial general intelligence, we're entering a world of AI that, for now, remains largely theoretical. AGI, also known as strong AI.
All right, let's go ahead and look at this. So, on the left we have AI, and on the right we have AGI. So, artificial intelligence versus artificial general intelligence. And one of the things, if you look at scope, AI is narrow, focusing on a single task, but AGI is broad and capable of any intellectual task a human can do. We also see in autonomy, it makes decisions based on understanding and learning versus needing human intervention. And that's the point, that's the threshold where AI surpasses human. You know, when no human intervention or no human input is required to receive an output, that is when AGI can go infinite. It can self-evolve, it can self-learn, and it can do all this at lightning speed. Remember, the limitations we have on us as a human being are exponential compared to AI. AI does not face the restrictions that our little brains do. GPT alone operates on over 60 billion parameters, and when it can start using those parameters to self-evolve and start doing its own thing, really, we saw yesterday with Gorilla AI in that video that it can basically take an initial human input, and this is where we're getting really close to true AGI. It takes the initial human input and then just runs with it. So if you say, build me a website, it's going to go through everything to teach itself how to code. Say you want a WordPress website, you're wanting to use Python, HTML, and CSS. It's going to learn how to do that. It's going to teach itself how to code, and then it's going to go on to code. It's going to go on to create everything for you. So that's the point where it really is self-evolving. Now, the point where it becomes AGI, truly AGI, is when you no longer need that initial human input, when it can input and output all on its own in a circle. That's the point when it becomes scary. That's the singularity.
AI refers to a type of artificial intelligence that equals human intelligence in all aspects. An AGI system would be capable of understanding, learning, adapting, and implementing knowledge across a wide range of tasks. It wouldn't just excel in one domain, like the AI systems of Stage
It'd be
3,
all
or even
domains.
just exhibit human-like reasoning, like Stage 4. AGI would effectively be able to perform any intellectual task a human being can. If you asked an AGI to learn a new language, write a symphony, derive a complex mathematical theorem,
It'd be
or
instant.
even understand human emotions, it should theoretically be able to do it. It would possess self-awareness, consciousness, and the ability to understand and navigate the world just as a human would. However, as of now, AGI remains a concept and has not been achieved yet. It's the frontier of AI research, and it's also where things start to get controversial. Because what happens when AI matches human intelligence? What comes next? Well, let's find out. Stage 6. artificial superintelligence, ASI.
Skynet. That's what happens next, Skynet.
If you thought the previous stages were intimidating, you ain't seen nothing yet. Enter artificial superintelligence, or ASI. This is a level of artificial intelligence where things get really complicated, to the point where it's difficult to define what AI is and isn't, due to the fact that an ASI system would possess cognitive skills far surpassing our own. The concept of ASI is a world where AI can outperform humans in most economically valuable work. It's not just about being able to do everything a human can do, but doing it better, faster, and more efficiently. To understand the level of intelligence of an ASI system, imagine a human being the size of an ant in comparison. An ASI could potentially solve problems that humans can't, coming up with solutions to complex global issues like climate change or disease. It could innovate and create in ways we can't even imagine. It could provide insights into the mysteries of the universe that are currently beyond our understanding. However, the advent of ASI also brings with it a host of ethical and safety.
That interests me because think about the limitations humanity has for traveling into space. Time. There's so many elements. There's so many elements to traveling deep into space that a human being just cannot achieve. That an AI humanoid, it could go forever and report back. That would be amazing too. I hope I'm alive when that happens.
Concerns. The potential for misuse is enormous, and the risk of unintended consequences is equally significant. It raises fundamental questions about power, control, and the very nature of intelligence and consciousness. The prospect of ASI takes us into the realm of the unknown, and it's here that we encounter the final stage of our journey. Stage 7, the AI Singularity. The AI Singularity, often simply called the Singularity, is a hypothetical future point in time when technological growth becomes uncontrollable and irreversible, leading to unforeseeable changes to human civilization. This is primarily associated with the advent of artificial superintelligence.
Look at that. Look at explosive growth. Explosive growth is what every company, it's what everyone wants in any field they're in, and then look at the AI. That's insane.
ASI.
That's
The term
insane.
singularity in this context was popularized by the futurist Ray Kurzweil. It's drawn from physics, where the singularity represents a point, like the center of a black hole, where rules as we know them seem to break down. In the context of AI, the singularity represents a point where an ASI.
Can I just point out that there's post-human, 2050 post-human. I don't know if that was intentional, but that's...
AI is not only smarter than humans, but also capable of continually improving itself at a rate far beyond human capability.
Yeah.
This self-improvement could potentially cause an explosive acceleration in technological advancement. The singularity is often associated with dramatic predictions, such as the end of humanity, the ability to upload human consciousness into a computer, and the potential for massive societal disruption. It's important to note that the concept of the singularity is highly speculative and controversial. While some experts regard it as a real possibility, others see it as science fiction. We simply can't imagine what a true ASI will be like. So, regardless of where one stands on the
unimaginable. But could you imagine, just think for a second, if you went back to the 1960s and suddenly introduced ChatGPT and Gorilla AI and self-driving taxis, that would be pretty unimaginable back then. But it's everyday life now.
Possibility of the singularity. The journey through these 7 stages of AI helps us to understand the incredible potential of this technology and the challenges and ethical questions it raises. As we look to the future, one thing is certain: the role of AI in our world will only continue to grow. This video took a lot of time and effort to create. If you found it helpful and want more content like this, hit the like button and subscribe to our channel.
Yeah, I'll leave the link down below so you guys can go show some love to AI Uncovered. I'm sure there's an end screen in here. AI Uncovered right there, so make sure. I'm going to leave a link down in the description. And as always, if there's a video that you would like my comments on, you'd like my thoughts on, or you just think that I should see because I haven't yet, definitely shoot me a link to that down in the comments, or you can go to the About section on my profile, shoot me a direct email, or even on Twitter. My Twitter link is there. I have many avenues that I'm available to you at, but that was a really good video. I'd love to know your thoughts and your opinions on this because this video was made only about a month and a half ago, and the Gorilla AI is already here, which takes a whole new level to everything that this AI in this video was talking about, the AI generated voice that we were just listening to. So let me know what you think. Let me know your comments. Go show some love to AI Uncovered, and we'll see you on the next one.